Hey guys. Look, it's currently Monday, January 22nd, 2024, 12:08 a.m. And today we're gonna be eating Panda Express. So yeah, let's get started. Sorry guys, wait. I gotta do stuff real quick. Wait, let me turn on the light, guys. Okay, guys. So yeah, here it is. Here's the Panda Express, and here's the fortune cookie and Dr Pepper. So I think this has orange chicken, chow mein, teriyaki, and Beijing beef. So there was a name for the teriyaki, grilled teriyaki chicken. That's it. But yeah, so I'm gonna be eating this, guys. This is my last Panda Express too. So yeah. Ooh. So today was kind of like low-key an eventful day. Not really, like there was just one adventure, right? So technically my iPad was glitching and shit, right? Like it would not turn, like I charged it for like 3 hours straight, and it was only at and it stayed stuck at 10%. Like I started charging at 10% and it stayed stuck at 10%. Right, so that's when I realized like I think I need to update it, because like I have been delaying the iPad software update for like a couple months because I was just too lazy to do it. Right. And since I delayed it by like a couple months, I was like a couple updates behind, right? So the update size file, it was like 5.6 gigabytes. The update itself, it was like 5.64 gigabytes, something like so around there. And I only had like 3 gigabytes left because I think my model's like, it's an iPad Pro, but I bought it in like 2018. It was like the 256 gigabytes. It has no Wi-Fi. No, it has no like so it has no data. It has no data, right? Like no mobile data. And I remember like when we bought it back then, it's like I remember my dad wanting to get like a lower one, a 64 gigabyte model with the data, but you know, me being the dumbass kid I was, I wanted the 256 gigabytes one, right? So my dad just like bought the 256 gigabytes one, Wi-Fi only, right? So yeah, so yeah, we only had like 3 gigabytes left, and the update was 5 gigabytes. So what I did was I literally I deleted like lots of apps that I don't use, right? And then with that, I brought it down by like to only 248 gigabytes use, so it's still enough for 5, right? But for some reason it said, oh, not enough space, so I reset it, and then it went to like 1%, then it shut off. Then I had to switch chargers for it to turn on momentarily, then like restart it, and then like it turned on again, and then like I used it for like a couple seconds, and then like it shut down again. So yeah. Well, it shuts down to like where it has no battery, even though it has 10% battery, so it's weird as fuck. So I continued this process throughout the entire day of like using it for a little before it shuts down, using it for a little before it shuts down. So yeah. Look. So then I just looked it up. Like, oh, why the fuck isn't my iPod charging? And then Apple said something like, oh, because I thought it was just broken that it's done, right? But then, like, something on the Apple website says something like, oh, you have to keep it in, like, warm temperatures and shit. And they advertise it's, like, -1, fuck, -1, like, something in the, like, the low negatives degrees to, like, 100 something degrees, right? Fahrenheit. And so I'm like, oh, damn. So you know what my genius brain does? I literally bring it downstairs where it's like noticeably warmer, not a lot, but still kind of warmer. And I got a pair of pants that I'm not like that I'm not wearing, like just a pair of pants in my closet, and I placed it over the iPad, so like it warms up, and it did warm up because I left it there for like 2 hours, then it charged to 26%, and then I instantly charged it, and then I instantly I updated it. You know. That's just the story of perseverance in a dumbass sense, but yeah. Like my favorite quote, the most important thing is the unbreakable spirit. It's like, I was on the verge of giving up, but then like, I was actually on the verge of giving up and just like leaving it to break. But then like, I opened it and then it said 26%, so I immediately charged it, so yeah. I can never tell this is gonna be a pain in the ass to clean due to the vegetables and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, so now I just gotta wait and see if if it's a temperature problem or it was like a software problem. Because I'm hoping it was software because I used the iPad fine a couple of days, before the software update, before like it started glitching out and shit like that. So yeah. Because it's like it's gonna be hard to deal with if it's temperature problem because it's like where I live. So yeah. The chow mein's practically done at this point, guys. Excuse me. You know, guys, I'm reading like a story, not a story about like, or not a story about like, or just like some the Wikipedia page of like a restaurant that's failing. It's called Blimpie. It's essentially like it's essentially just Subway. Like they sell like sandwiches and shit, but it's a failing business, right? But it's failing, and I'm just thinking, and like they still have like like an active social media page and shit, and I'm just wondering who runs those shit, you know? But it's still a job, like running social media sites of a failing company. So yeah. long time ago, probably like a year or two ago. Me and my dad were in the drive-thru for Popeyes because it was like the shop was no, like the in store was closed, but like they were still doing like drive-thru, right? And I just like, and then like it was a long ass drive-thru, and like I had to. Sorry, excuse me. And so there was a long ass drive through, and we usually like they closed the in store, so like you can't go in person, right? But the drive through was open. Yeah. So you know, and back then I had like anxiety because like I was scared to open the door and just have it locked and like have all the fucking cars at the drive through look at me, right? So anyway, so one time we were walking up, right, and a man in the car. There was a man waiting in the car. He told us like, "Oh, the door's locked," and we were like, "Oh, okay." So we got back in the car, and my dad thanked him, right? And so we got behind his car, I think, right? Because he was like the last person in line. So, so we were just waiting in the line. It's a long ass line too. It's like 30 minutes or some shit, right? And and like there was like at a point in time for like a couple minutes, I literally thought like, what if this man lied to us or something? But looking back on it, I was kind of delusional since there was like a line of cars already. So yeah, but like, and then like we watched another man try to open the door, but it was locked. And it was like, oh okay. So yeah. Um. After that. So after that, we got in, we ordered and shit, and then like it was going slow one day because like it turns out like we got to like the window for like for them to deliver us the food and shit, and we saw a glimpse inside, and it was chaotic as fuck. Like there was like the manager like yelling at people, and like people were just working really fast and shit like that. And it turns out because like it turns out like I could hear the coworkers talking to each other through the window. It turns out that like one worker didn't show up. Like they were scheduled to work, but they didn't show up, and they didn't answer the phone because the manager was calling them. So yeah, there was that. I told my dad that, so that was funny. Yeah. And then like there was like this man at Popeyes. I think he like something does like he fries the chicken or something, or like he works inside the kitchen, but he never prepares them, or he never like puts them in boxes and shit. But like he's an elderly man. He's like 60 or 70, and like one day like when we were like in line in the shop, this is like a different time. He literally just like yelled out, or not yelled. He spoke very loudly. He was like, he said something like, "Oh, in all of my years of working at Popeyes, I've never seen someone dressed as nicely as you." And I was like, "Oh well." Yeah, but on the day that I was at the drive-thru and the a worker didn't show up, like he was working really fast too. And I asked my dad why is he smiling like he usually does, but he's like because he's worked out. And then my dad's like, oh, because he's like stressing out himself with that stuff as well. R.I.P. Long John Silver's. I had them when I was like a kid in elementary school. because my mom wanted to try it out, and then after that, it's gone. GG. There's like the nearest one near me is like a couple miles away, like a long drive. So yeah, I just wish I appreciated like some restaurants more before they were gone, you know. So yeah. Oh, I remember. I have a funny story to tell. This happened like, you know, a couple years ago. We were at drive-thru for Popeyes. This wasn't one when it was like hectic or some shit, but like it was like still like I think it was like around during the pandemic era or something like that, or maybe like 2021. I don't know. But we were at the drive-thru window and we were like we handed them cash and we were just like waiting for them to like give us the food, right? So while we were waiting, I literally just look around because I'm bored, right? And then I kid you not, I looked to like I was in the passenger seat, so I looked to like the right, which is supposed to be like a parking lot, and like there's this woman standing like probably like 10 feet away from the car. There was like this woman staying 10 feet away from the car, right? She she literally just nodded at me, and I literally just nodded at her because I didn't process this in time, right? Like I couldn't believe there was just a person like right there, right? So yeah, I just nodded at her, and then we got our food, and then we left, right? And as we were like pulling out of the Popeyes and just about to drive on the street to go home, I literally saw, like looked at the rearview mirror, and I literally saw her like at the car window, like she's like at the drive-through window, and she wasn't even like in a car. Like I assume her car was in the parking lot, but I just didn't process it in time. And like she had like a bag full of food, and she was like saying something like they probably like messed up something, right? But it's like, goddamn, that implies that she literally stopped the car like before hours or after hours. I mean, so yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, she nodded at me, and I just nodded at her. It's like in my head, it was like, oh yeah, it's completely normal to see someone in person at a drive-thru window, like not in a car. So yeah, like she was standing up. So yeah. But the store itself was closed, so like no one could enter, so that's probably why she did that. That's not me though, like shit. If they get my order wrong, I'm just eating it regardless. Like I'm not gonna say complain and shit like that, you know? That's just me though. My dad's like has the same personality. Cause like I remember I asked him like, oh, what would you do? You found a hair in your food? My dad told me like, well, we just take it out. So yeah. I'm gonna scrape the vegetables as much as I can. Because this bowl I'm gonna have to clean up, so yeah. My sister describes herself as a foodie. A person who likes eating food. I think we all like eating food. So yeah. I remember my dad, like my dad, no, I remember actually watching this YouTube video of extreme cheapskates, right? And the video was literally called like "I am a foodie," and it's literally just this dude in an empty apartment, no furniture or anything, sitting down on a blanket and eating eggs. And like the top comment was like, "I'm a foodie, eats eggs." So yeah. And also a long ass time ago, like a recommended video to that video was like some dude is still extreme cheapskates. It's a different guy, but he wraps his entire house in like bubble wrap or some shit to like because it's something about like furniture and something about like the house appreciating or something like that. I don't fucking know, but yeah. Which brought me to like a funny memory where it's like you know how some parents will like have like put corners of on like put like bubble pads on like corners of doors and shit so like their kid doesn't like their kid who doesn't stop on it and shit. My dad did that. I'm like, oh wow. Because I think I kind of remember it, but I don't really, so yeah. But let's just eat our fortune cookie, guys. We gotta clean this up soon. Ooh. Piece of the fortune cookie spot. Oh, it says in due time you will be financially comfortable. That's what the fortune cookie says, guys. In due time, you will be financially comfortable. Hopefully so. Hopefully so. So yeah. So with that, guys, I finished drinking the Dr. Pepper. I finished eating the Panda Express fortune cookie with the fortune. In due time, you will be financially comfortable. Just whispers, sweet nothings, you know. And I finished eating my Panda Express meal of what? Orange chicken, chow mein, grilled teriyaki chicken, and Beijing beef. So yeah. With that, guys, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching. It actually took me a while to eat this time. So yeah. Yeah. Because I've noticed I've been eating faster, but now like today was kind of slow. So yeah. 12:43 a.m. Monday, January 22nd, 2024 is the end time, 35 minutes. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go now. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye. I'll be back in like 10 minutes with cleaning it up. So yeah, see ya. Until then, bye.